Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma. This here is my little craft corner where I talk about knitting and sometimes other yarn related stuff. And today I have another knitting podcast for you to wrap up the month of June already. We're already halfway through the year. Wow. I know it's beginning of July, but I'm just wrapping up June, telling you what I've made, what I'm making, what I've bought in terms of yarn, what I'm going to make with it, just a whole roundup of June basically. And I really wanted to start with my first finished object, which is this camisole that I'm currently wearing. I'll stand up to show you a bit better. This is this cropped camisole. The back is the same. It's like front and back are the same. It's a perfect fit because it is a made-to-measure pattern. This is the Thank You Very Much top by Carlijn's Corner, and I had the pleasure to test knit it for her. So it's super beautiful. Pattern is not out yet, unfortunately. I think we're just really waiting for my feedback and my pictures, and then it can go live. So might be up soon, but it fits perfect, and I have talked about this before. But I learned that made to measure is not for me. But regardless, I love how this turned out. It fits me perfectly. Just the doing math on my own and estimating how things will fit is not for me. I do still have to block it though. It's made in 100% cotton yarn. It is the Yarn and Colors Must Have in the colorway Plum. And it's beautiful yarn. I don't know if cotton grows a lot or if it doesn't, but I just lightly block it because I do like how tight it is fitting here. It's just about right. And it shouldn't go any wider. It might become a bit longer. Would not be too opposed to that, but it definitely doesn't have to grow that way. It's just a perfect halter. I think it's called a halter, but the back is, I don't know. I think it's called a halter, and I love this. I have worn it to go outside once, I believe. It got a huge sunburn. You can still see how red this is. It was about 2 or 3 weeks ago, so that's crazy. I did apply sunscreen, but I went to the beach. Well, to a terrace next to the beach. But the sun was shining a lot and I didn't really pay attention too much. So this was, my entire shoulder was red, then this wasn't, and this was. So you can still kind of see the tan line here. But that's that. I love this pattern. Don't think I will knit it again just because made to measure is not for me. But I would definitely recommend it to anyone who likes made to measure patterns and who likes this type of silhouette. It's a really nice pattern, but just made to measure is not for me. Having said that, that's my first finished object. My second and third, basically, I don't have with me because that was a pair of socks for my mom. And I forgot to take a picture of it, so I cannot insert a picture here either. But I made my mom the Sunday socks for her birthday, which was the beginning of June. And I made them in a dark green yarn. It's the Panduro sock yarn again. I knit my own Sunday socks with it as well. And those were kind of big. So I didn't really want these to turn out that big. They're just very loose around my feet, so I knit it on a 3.5mm needle instead of a 4. That turned out to be perfect because it fits. Those socks fit me perfectly. I have a similar shoe size to my mom, and it fits her perfectly also. It's not really season for DK weight socks right now, but she really loved them, and I think she'll wear them a lot when it gets a bit colder outside. So those were my finished objects. I have 3 because I knit 2 socks, but I only have 1 with me. It was quite a productive month, I must say, although you will not really see that reflecting in the whips that I'm about to show you. First of all, I have something that is almost finished and something that I also am making as a gift, and I also started it this month. The recipient already knows that he's getting it, so I feel fine showing it here. I actually already gave it to him, but it was too small, so it was given back to me, and now I am knitting it a bit longer, because it is this hat. You might recognize this from December, January-ish, because this is the Heidi Slinger hat for my Dutchies, who might know Heidi Slinger from, I don't know where you know him from, I don't know him. It's a bit before my time, before I was born. But anyway, my dad really likes it. He wanted to have a third hat because I knit him a black one and a red one already, but it was both wool. And now he really wanted a cotton one, so I knit him a cotton one, but I knit it just too short. And I will try it on, but it will kind of fit me funnily because obviously my head is smaller. This is what it looks like right now. I think it is a perfect length, but I will have my dad try it on before I cast off again. This was actually a bit of a hassle to... Let me just turn this around so the needles aren't in my face when I'm talking. Yeah, there we go. It was actually quite a hassle because I knitted from bottom to the top, and then it was too short, so I had to cut the yarn, pick up stitches around here-ish, and then knit that way. That took me a little while. I cut into the wrong strand of yarn a couple times, so whole hassle, but we did it. And this is what it looks like right now. I really like it. I really like how the decreases have turned out. Don't know if you're able to see that, but I do think the length is better now, but I'll have my dad try it on tomorrow because he's coming over. And if he approves it, I can just cast it off and give it to him. I really, really, really like how this is turning out. And I love that my dad wanted a third hat of the same pattern. Well, I made up the pattern myself, but he wanted a third version of the hat. Love that. Like, he first was asking for a black one, so well, he wasn't asking for, like, oh, I would love to have this kind of hat, but I don't know if I'd wear it in red, because red is the signature color of this type of hat. Like, I don't know if I would wear red, so maybe would like it in black, and I'm like, got it, you're getting a black one for Christmas. So I knit him the black one for Christmas, and then a couple days later he was like, ooh, I like this a lot. Maybe the red would have actually also worked. I'm like, got it, you'll get a red one for your birthday, which is on January 1st. And then he was wearing the red one, like, to work. He wouldn't take it off. Like, he basically wore it through May, maybe. And then it just got really too warm to wear it. So you're like, maybe even a lighter one for the summer months would be great. And I'm like, got it, you're getting a red one for Father's Day, which was at the end of June. So I gifted him this hat for Father's Day, but it was just too short because, I don't know, I thought maybe if I knit it shorter, because the edges roll up, and I didn't want it to be that thick here, because that would not really work well in heat. Like, if I knit it shorter, then this won't be too big, and that might actually be better, but it was just kind of too short, so I just had to knit it a bit more. And I think we're now at the point that, for me, it works. But I don't know how it will fit on my dad, because obviously every person's hat is different. I love that I now have the opportunity to just have him test it, because it's not a gift. Well, it is a gift, but it's not a surprise gift anymore. So I love that, and I love how this fits. I actually don't want to take it off right now, but I will. Like, it kind of messes up my hair also, but that's alright. So my dad is being gifted this bright red head. It's a bit less bright in person than it is on camera. And you can nicely see the crown here, with just a swirl of the creases, and I really like how this swirl looks always. I'm almost at the end of my first skein, so I really hope I only have to use one, because then I have one skein left. This one, and this is the Panduro Yarn Cotton 8/4 50 grams in just the red color. There's only a lot. Maybe the colorway is 330007, or just grab the red one because there's only one red of this color. I really like how this worked up. It's a 100% cotton yarn. 50 grams equals about 145 meters. It's for 3 or 3.5 millimeter needles. I knit it on a 3. And then the gauge is 23 by 28. And it is, I want to say dishwasher, but washing machine safe for 40 degrees, which is lovely because they can just throw it in the washing machine, because obviously in the summer it sweats a lot and you don't want to not wash it then. So they can just wash it, which is great. Then I have another recent cast on. Like, I casted this on maybe 2 days ago. And it is this little frog, which it looks super flat right now. But I promise it will look cute once it is filled up. Let me see if I can fluff it up a bit. Not really. But this is a very cute frog. I just cast on stitches for the arm, so that's why there are a lot of needles dangling off of it. This will be where the legs come out. And this is its face. And then, yeah, I just have to do the arms and the legs and then I'm done. This is the pattern. This is what it will look like, and I love it so much. It is the frog pattern by Zij Maakt Het, which is a Dutch creator, pattern writer, and she only does stuffed animals, basically. And then there's also like some cute pants for the frog, and I think it is so cute, but it's only a Dutch pattern. I know a lot of my audience is American, so might not be too great for you, but this is just believe me, this is a very cute pattern, and I'm really enjoying knitting this. This is the vision that I'm going for, and I'm going to put it at the office next to my desk. This is kind of a desk mascot. People who know where I work will know what I'm talking about, will know why the frog is relevant. I'm just not gonna say where I work because I don't feel comfortable with that. But this frog makes sense. I am knitting this in, this is the first skein. This is the second skein. This is also an acquisition basically because I needed to buy this yarn. So I bought this 2 days ago. It is Lang Yarns Merino 120. A superwash fine merino. In the color 34.0316. Lovely color, lovely green color, and it is 100% merino fine virgin wool, and it is superwash. I'm knitting this on a 4mm needle. The yarn is for 3.5 to 4.5, and I am kind of curious because the gauge, it's not too loose. Like, you cannot really see between the stitches, but I don't know, just don't want the filling to like fluff out of it. But anyway, this frog is really cute. I hope to cast it off soon, maybe next week or something, so I can just take it to the office and it'll be a lot of fun basically. So yeah, that's my second work in progress. It's also a recent cast on. You might have noticed that I haven't shown you camisole number 5 yet because I haven't worked on it yet. Same goes for sweater number 15. Haven't worked on that either. That's mostly because it's just too warm to be working on a DK weight sweater right now. That's 100% wool. Not doing that. I just need to do the arm and the neck detailing. That's fine. Same goes for canvas number 5. It's not too warm for that, but it's just a lot of brain power. There's a lot of things going on in my life right now, so I don't really have the brain power to sit down and look at how I'm supposed to pick up these stitches and knit. The neck detailing and the arm detailing, and I really want to do it perfectly because I feel like this camisole is going to be a staple in my wardrobe. Something that I did knit on a tiny bit is my excavation blanket. And as I told you guys before, I will only be showing this very quickly and talking about it very briefly. This is how much I've done from the purple stitch marker onwards. This is how much I've done. I've mostly knit on this during my weekly live streams. If you're not familiar with them, I go live every Friday, 8 p.m. Amsterdam time. And I basically just knit on this one and I talk to you for about an hour. We're just having a lot of fun then. I really love catching up with everyone. I really love just talking to you guys, getting to know you a bit, and knitting on this. It's growing quite a bit. It's absolutely nowhere near the point of decreasing because it's not a big enough blanket yet. It only covers about the upper half of my body. You will not be able to see that. And I really want it to cover me, basically. So yeah, I'm knitting this in all sorts of acrylic blue yarn on 3mm needles. That's all I'm going to say about it because, yeah, I can show it to you every month, but it will not grow that much, and there's not too much to say about that. So, moving on to my acquisitions. We're flying through this entire podcast, I feel like. But let's go to the acquisition because there's actually quite a few. Let me move them up here. There's quite a few. I did not buy all of them, so I will tell you how I got them, where I got them from, what I'm making with it, is everything. So I did show you the Lang Yarns Merino 120 already. That's an acquisition of this month. The Panduro sock yarn for my mom was an acquisition. Didn't show you that. And the Panduro cotton yarn was also a acquisition, and I just showed you that. Other acquisitions. I forgot to show you this last podcast, but my parents gifted me some very nice yarn. Actually, I have 2 skeins of that one. Some very nice yarn. They went on holiday to the United Kingdom and came back with yarn for me, which is so lovely. So both these yarns are from Third Vault Yarns, which is a hand dyeing company from the United Kingdom, and they sell exclusively in a couple of stores. They do have an online store, but physically they only sell in 5 stores throughout the United Kingdom. I'm really happy with this. This is a sock yarn. It is the Citadel sock in the color Ocean. It is 85% superwash Falklands Polldale. Don't know what that means. 15% nylon. It is fingering weight 200 meters equals 100 grams. And it's just so beautiful. There's some very nice variation in it, but it's not too noticeable. So I am not really sure what I'm making with it. It feels very warm, very woolly. Sometimes sock yarns just feel a bit lighter. This one feels very warm and woolly. And I'm thinking of doing the Hermione's Everyday Socks, but I'm open to anything. It's just a very lovely color. I actually do not really have sock yarn in this particular blue. I do have it in a very rich dark blue and I believe a very light blue, but this is a different shade of blue, obviously, and I really like it. Again, not sure what I'm going to be making it with it, but I just know it will be a very nice warm pair of socks for the colder days. So I will probably not be casting that on anytime soon, but before the winter probably I will cast it on and make some very nice socks, and probably the Hermione everyday socks. Then I have also by Third Fault Yarns the Kaguya 4-ply, which is 100% bamboo yarn. I've never knit with bamboo before, but it is so like drapey and floppy, this yarn, that I feel like it will be just a very light garment that I'm going to be knitting with it. So it's 100% bamboo yarn. It is fingering weight, 100 grams equals 380 meters. And it's in the color something with pigments. Madulons? No, maybe you can figure it out. I'm thinking Madulons pigments, but I'm not sure. Gentle hand washing is recommended. And this is just very beautiful. It's all sorts of shades. I really love that my parents picked this out for me, because I don't think I would have picked this out myself. I do really love it, but I just don't know if I would be bold enough to pick it out myself. And I have been really thinking about what I want to make with this, and I'm thinking to do the square neck tee, I think, or the square tee by Knit Rohi with it. I feel like I have enough for that. It's just a very nice kind of cropped t-shirt that I can maybe wear to work sometimes, or just like a t-shirt would be very nice, because I don't want to do a camisole because that will not use up all this yarn. Sweater don't have enough for, so I'm thinking t-shirt. And I really went looking for it, and I found the square neck tee. Really excited to cast that on. Might be a summer cast on as well, just because the bamboo feels like it will be really nice and breezy for summer. I'm just debating whether or not I should do the alternating skeins kind of thing when knitting. I feel like the color variation is enough to not do that, and I've never done that before. I feel like there's enough color variation that it will really not matter if I do it or do not do it. And I feel like the skeins would be too dissimilar to like do that. It would just be more stripy if I do it. If you know what I mean. I don't know. I think I will not do the alternating skeins, or helical knitting, I think it's called. Don't think I'll be doing that, but I'm open to advice. Like, if you, in the comments, if you are like, please alternate the skeins because you will regret it if you don't. Let me know. I'm open to suggestions, but this is just such beautiful yarn. I'm so happy that my parents got me this. It's so soft. It is incredibly soft, incredibly nice, and I cannot wait to knit with this. So probably summer, but I just have to figure out the alternating skeins thing, like if I want to do that or not. Then I have 2 more acquisitions, and one of them is something gifted. This is my first gifted yarn, and I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited to show you guys this. It probably won't come as a surprise that it is from Antje from Holland Creatief. She was so kind to me and wanted to give me some yarn. So I obviously said yes, gave my address, and then I got a huge package in the mail with 2 skeins of this. Like this huge skein. Like, I don't know if it translates well how huge this is, but for reference, this is the 100 gram skein. This is a 250 gram skein. Like, it is so huge, and she gives me 2 of these. So in total, that's 1,000 meters of yarn. It's 100% fine Peruvian Highland wool. for the thickness of 4 to 5 millimeter needles, so it's a nice DK weight. And it is hand wash only. 250 grams equals 500 meters of yarn. You know how obsessed I am with Peruvian Highland wool from Holland Creatief. So having this in the color plum, like, it matches my camisole perfectly, which is why she sent it to me. She said that she saw how obsessed I was with this color, and she was like, oh, I have that one in wool, and just sent it over to me, which is crazy to me that someone thinks that someone has that thought process. She just sent me yarn. Thank you so much, Antje. This will be a very lovely sweater. I'm thinking a zipper sweater by Petite Knit. I'll just have to find a mohair for it because I don't have enough yarn to do it single-stranded, and would kind of like to add a mohair with it, get a bit thicker and fluffier, and make a perfect zipper sweater with it. I feel like this would be the perfect color. I went to a yarn store and just held this to all their mohairs. Couldn't really find something that was perfect enough. So I'm still looking for that, and it's also not really the season to cast on a zipper sweater. But never say never. This will be a zipper sweater. The only question is when. And just want to show the skein a bit more closer. It has some variation, but only very slightly. You can see it here a little bit. There's some lighter parts, some darker parts. It's just beautiful. Slightly variegated yarn. And I love this so much. It's super soft again, which I already knew because I am currently using the Peruvian Highland wool for my sweater number 15, and I will be using another Peruvian Highland wool for a cardigan, and then this will be a zipper sweater. So I already am familiar with this yarn, so I already knew it's going to be soft and it's going to be very nice, and I am super excited to cast this on. I'm super thankful to Antje for sending me this yarn. This happened 2 weeks ago, and I'm still like, what happened? What actually happened? Like, it's still crazy to me. Anyway, that's gifted yarn, which is so kind. Then I have my last acquisition, which is something that I did 2 days ago, when I also went looking for that mohair. I went looking for a second strand to put next to this yarn, which I had bought a year ago maybe. This is the Mountain White Merino Hand Dyed in the colorway Chai, and it has some very nice variation in it. So it's a bit more brown, then it's darker gray, lighter gray. There's just a lot in this, and I was looking for a second strand to hold this together with, like a fingering weight second strand. And I found this yarn. This is the Onion Nettle Sock yarn, 70% wool, 30% nettle fibers. And this together, like, it just matches well. Let me see if it has kind of the brown grayish look that the rest of the yarn has. And this together will become a camisole number 6 and a shorts number 1. So I have 3 of these, 7 of these, and that would just be a very nice set together. And I'm super excited to cast that on. I might cast this on soon, but I don't know. I will have to do my summer planning a bit because I have a lot of things that I want to knit. I have about 4 of my favorite things knitwear camisoles. I have that t-shirt. I have the Daphne blouse. I have the Cumulus tee. So I have 7 things, 4 camisoles, 3 more t-shirt, blouse, top kind of things that I want to knit in the summer, which is only 3 months, so I have to do a bit of planning, a bit of prioritizing. I might again on Instagram ask you guys which one you think I would need to cast on first. I'll just give you the 4 options for the camisoles. Like, which one do you want me to knit first? might listen to that, might also not do that. But just if you kind of want to influence what I'm knitting, or kind of have an influence on this channel also, because I did also ask you guys another very exciting question on there, which I will get into a bit later. I just asked for a bit more feedback and a bit more interaction on my Instagram. So if you want to follow that, the name is emma.craftcorner on Instagram. You can find me there. You can give me a follow, and I promise not to spam you with all these kind of questions, but it's just a bit more fun interaction there, because this kind of feels like a one-way thing. Obviously you can comment and I will comment back to you, but like Instagram is a bit more interactive with all the polls going on. Still haven't really figured out how to do the community tab on here properly for getting some responses from you guys on here. But for now, Instagram is probably the best way to kind of have an influence on what I'm knitting. So I will probably be asking you guys which camisole I would knit first. It's really going to be between number 4, number 6, number 7, and number 8. So those are the 4 of my favorite things. These 4 camisoles that we really want to knit, that I have the yarn for sitting around right now. I'm just ready to cast them on, but I just don't know which one I want to cast on first. Then I'll go off of that and kind of make a bit of a planning for myself. Maybe in the way that Knitty Natty does it, because she plans out all her knitting. Like every week has some goals and things that she wants to do. Might do it that way, might also not do it that way. I don't know. We'll see. And then I might do something similar for the t-shirts that I want to knit. Just kind of plan it out a bit more, because I feel like it's all just a bit loose. It's all in my head what I want to knit, but I don't have a time frame for anything. So yeah, don't know if this combination will be the first thing to be cast on. It might also be not. Who knows? Obviously I would want to knit the shorts also, so that will make it 8 things I want to knit this summer. I'm going to make a video of all the summer plans that I have in knitting terms, so you'll see it there a bit more clearly. You will also be seeing, like, I will be pulling out the yarns, pulling up the patterns, just sharing a bit more in detail what I want to knit this summer. But for now, this is just a bit, yeah, looser terms what I want to do this summer. I mentioned that I asked you guys for another thing on here, and that ties in with what I shared last week in my knitted chat, because I am moving. I am picking up the keys tomorrow, and then everything starts. Last week I asked you guys to comment if you want me to do some moving content on here, or just kind of let me know. I also did a poll on Instagram, and most people voted yes. Also in the comments on my video, most people commented yes, or were like, it's really up to you. I would love to see it, but it's up to you. So I am going to be sharing some moving content also. Again, I promise not to spam you with it. I promise this is not going to be a moving channel or a house decoration channel or anything. It's probably going to be extra videos of moving, of like showing you the apartment, showing you the ideas that I have, like setting up my knitting space, setting up my filming space. It's kind of more showing that side of my life. There's probably going to be extra videos. So it's not going to be a schedule or anything, but every once in a while I'll just drop an extra video in the middle of the week, being like, this is what I've done with moving. This is my moving vlog or whatever. I think it's going to be like that. So every Sunday will still be a knitting video. I am not just letting go of the knitting part of this channel. I will not be letting go of the crafting part of this channel. I will just be adding some moving content for now, because I'm very excited about moving. And I am very excited to take you along a little bit with that. So yeah, that's basically what I'm planning on doing. So yeah, if you are very opposed to that, let me know in the comments. If you're very excited about that, also let me know in the comments. Just feel free to give me feedback on anything I say in these videos, with regards to this channel, with regards to my knitting, just feel free to give me any feedback you want on this comment section, or even in my Instagram DMs. Just let me know, and I'll be sure to answer you, and I'll be sure to just kind of have a nice conversation with you, because I love the interaction. I really found that with live streaming. I love interacting on stream with you guys. I love getting to know you a little bit. I love knowing who is behind the 600 followers that I currently have. Like, who are these people? Where did they come from? Why are they on my channel? What motivates you? What are you knitting? Just let me know those kind of things. And I really love to get to know you guys. I am super excited about that. So please come to my streams also. I live stream again every Friday on 8 p.m. I missed one because I was at a festival, but I'll be sure to let you know about that. Maybe also on Instagram, but I'll try to do more community tab things on here because I kind of forget that it exists, really. So I'll try to catch up with you on there also. But you can rest assured that I will do live streaming every single Friday on 8 p.m. Amsterdam time. I will do a knitting video every Sunday at 3 p.m. Amsterdam time. And I'll occasionally drop a moving video somewhere throughout the week. There's not really a schedule for that. But that's basically what my channel will look like next however long before I decide to switch things up. But for now, this is what my channel looks like. And I'm really excited to have you along. So if you've enjoyed this video, please remember to drop a like down below. Leave a little comment for me and I'll comment back to you. And if you really want to stay updated with what I'm doing, please consider subscribing to my channel because that helps me out a lot. And thank you for watching for now, and I'll see you guys again real soon. Bye!